thank you so much, darling. Friends and family, this afternoon, this house has the highest concentration of people per cubic meter anywhere in the Greater Toronto Area. And what could be more fitting for a celebration of Jill's life than this huge concentration of friends and family, people that knew her through her life and the events that have been so beautifully recounted by Carrie. And so, you know, there, Jill Burridge, Jill Loring, Aunt Jill. We knew her in many different ways, and she was a woman so easy to love for so many reasons. As a boy growing up in Bracebridge, she was part of the ever exotic part of our family that lived in Toronto, but always more sophisticated, urbane, worldly part of the family. And whenever I would meet Jill, it was to encounter a warm, charming woman of sophisticated, but in a genteel, not an aggressive manner. And it was to be like a shining light that someone in our family had these qualities and had time to talk to all of us and share something very special. You know, my late brother-in-law, Douglas Billingsley, remarked one time that our children are the arrows that we shoot into the future. And one of his children, Martha, is here this afternoon with her husband, John. But Jill's two arrows into the future, Elaine and Carrie, are certainly the best exemplars of Jill herself. Yes, Jill is no longer with us, but in Elaine and Carrie we see the beauty, we see the talent, the humor, the musical ability, the wit, the capacity to create, as Carrie did in that wonderful resume of your mother's life and adventures, the humor ever present, the wit that was edgy and that was always telling to make a special point. You know, these were the qualities that we see in her two daughters and through the other branches of the family, but especially in Elaine and Carrie, and that this is the kind of remembrance that we're having today is a further indication of the essence of Jill. That she would choose something known as the simple alternative, you know, is special, but it's really neither simple nor alternative. It's actually the essence of people who can come together, freed from the trappings and the rituals, to actually embrace the essentials. And I think in that, had we been in a cloistered environment, no sermon ever could have evoked more poignantly, Carrie, than your resume of Jill's life, what the essence is of the human experience. And she lived it to the full. I always enjoyed the correspondence that she and I carried out. I think in our family there was always, certainly from her mother, your grandmother, Mabel, and my grandmother, Lily, the two sisters, living in different communities in Ontario, carried out an extensive, continuous correspondence, and it was in their Baptist nature to see that as something of a duty, but it was also in the family tradition to see it as a way of sharing information and news and photographs. I have photographs, many of them never before seen by most people here, including some wonderful ones of Jill. And I know that there's a presentation just in the hallway there of Jill in her earlier days, but I'm glad to share this with you as well. And it's part of this family that had a sense of occasion, a sense of presentation, that events like this would not be simple nor alternative. They would be essential, and with talent showing, with the photographs that were taken not as convenient snapshots, but as purposeful presentations with poise and a little panache in the stance. There was always this record being left behind through many, many decades, and it's something that we now can treasure as a further way of the mark that people leave behind. And in this living room on this afternoon in this city, the people that have come together from so many different backgrounds to hear and share and laugh and cry and give expression through